What's up, guys? Bright and early. I am at the ADO Alterna station here in Playa del Carmen. The point of today's video is to see, is Belize really the easiest tourist visa run? The border's right there if you live in Playa del Carmen. Supposedly a 6-hour drive from the ADO to Belize City. I'll give you guys the info on the price of the bus ticket, how long exactly the trip takes. I paid just over 1,100 pesos for a one-way ticket. I'm not personally going for tourist visa purposes. I'm going for fun. But I want to show you guys and answer this question once and for all, because I know fellow YouTuber William Taudian had some issues coming back. So I'll share the return trip as well on the bus, see how that goes, and let you know if it's worth doing this or should you just fly to Bogota in 3 hours and call it good. Ready, guys? Vámonos, vamos a Belize. Alright guys, as always, I'll start the timer when we pull out of the station, and I won't stop it until we get to Belize City ADO station. Another thing I wanted to share about this trip, guys, this bus only runs Monday through Friday. If you want to be in Belize on the weekend or the early part of the coming week, you'll probably have to take the Friday 7:40 a.m. bus, which I am doing. I got a little Java wasted. Speaking of which, the new merch is up. We have the little Ronaldo Christmas edition Java wasted with the little Santa hat. I think it's adorable. I think it turned out great. A few of you have already purchased those Ronaldo mugs. I think they make great stocking stuffers. But anyway, we're just about to get on the road. I'll start the timer and I will see you guys down the road a ways. I'll keep you posted on any delays that we have, any issues that may come up, and what exactly it's like to cross the border by bus into Belize, so you all know what to expect on your potential visa run. Alright guys, let's go. So we will actually have to change buses, guys, at some point. We're almost underway. I just spoke with the bus driver. This trip will take about 6 hours, 5.5, 6 hours just to get to Chetumal, south of Bacalar, and then we'll switch buses to his compañero's bus, and then we'll go all the way to Belize City from there. So it could be a long day. I know if you look at Google Maps from Playa to Belize City, it says something ridiculous, like it's only like 6 hours and 6 minutes, I think. But it's always going to be a lot longer on the bus, guys. If I had to guess, I would say this trip will probably take at least 10 hours. But I'll keep you posted. The bus is moving now, and the moment the wheels hit the street, I will start the timer, guys. Let's do this. Alright guys, timer has begun, and this thing is leaving right on schedule at 7:40. So we'll see how long this actually takes and if there's any unexpected hiccups along the way. Sometimes there's bus problem, I hate to say it too, but I took a bus one time from Quito, or from Cuenca, Ecuador, all the way to Quito, and I think it was supposed to be like an 11 or 12 hour ride, and there was a flat tire and some engine problems, and it ended up being 16 or 17, so don't ever count on the bus being on time. It's just one of those adventures. You have to be ready for an adventure. Alright guys, we are an hour and 4 minutes into the trip, and we're in the Tulum ADO bus station. All I had time to bring with me was a bottle of mineral water. I was running around like crazy yesterday getting a ton of stuff done. I was going to go to El Arabe and get some burritos to go, and then it started dumping rain and I fell asleep. And when I woke up, I only had like an hour to get ready for the trip, shower, pack, so not the best planning on my part. I'm definitely going to be a hungry road monster. But usually somewhere along the trip, on the way, say to Bacalar or Chetumal, people will be able to come on the bus, sell tamales. I'm sure we'll stop at an OXXO, so I'll get some more water and some chips at least, and then have a really good dinner in Belize. Also guys, I wanted to let you know I just now booked my lodging. I always do it last minute on booking.com. That's how I get the best deals. I'm not affiliated with booking.com whatsoever, but I will show my lodging at the end of or at least when we get to Belize. I think this will be a 2-part video. I'll do the trip down and then of course the return trip. So more than likely, just so the video is not too long, more than likely at the end of this video I'll show my lodging and how much I paid for that and where it is. The location's fantastic, and for Belize the price is really, really good, so stick around to the end of the video for that. And I'm gonna maybe step off the bus here a moment and see if anyone's selling any snacks or botanas or tamales. But thank you guys for being here. If you appreciate the information I'm bringing, just smash the like button for me, subscribe if you haven't already. I asked the bus driver how long the trip was. I've asked my friends how long the trip is, and my friends are asking me how long is the trip. I don't know. I just say nobody knows. We're about to find out. That's why I'm timing it. And as you can see right here, we're now 1 hour and 7 minutes in, and we're only in Tulum, so it could be a long day. Alright guys, just about 3.5 hours into the trip, and we're just north of Bacalar in the small town of Limones. So far, a really smooth, relaxing ride. We are on one of the older buses with no TVs, which is actually kind of nice. Last time I did the ride down to Bacalar, they had Garfield the movie on, which was also great. Love Garfield, but it is nice to be able to sleep on the bus. So it's really a grab bag, but you can see this curtain system and everything. One of the older Volvo buses that the ADO still has in service. Just wanted to give you guys a quick update and a peek at Limones. Kind of a quaint little place. So next stop should be the Bacalar ADO right at about the 4-hour mark, and that's a good indicator that you're on schedule if you're 4 hours into the trip and you make it to Bacalar ADO. Now you know. Alright guys, we are now going through Pedro Antonio Santos, and for those of you who don't know, if you're driving, you're renting a car, this is also known as Pineapple Town, because you can almost always get at least 3 pineapples for 100 pesos, which is a fantastic deal. I'll put up on Google Maps where we are, of course. It is kind of the middle of nowhere, but you can pretty much always find the best deal in probably all of Quintana Roo on pineapples. It's a little quiet today because of the rain, but I have seen 3 or 4 stands open and everyone had the same price, 3 for 100 pesos. Let's see if we see any more. But they are always some of the sweetest pineapples. So guys, if you're in a rental car and you can stop, this is where you want to pineapple up. Alright guys, just pulling into Bacalar, probably about 10 minutes behind schedule. Usually it takes about 4 hours to get down here on the ADO, but that's not bad. No major disruptions so far. It'll get interesting when we get to Chetumal and then have to switch buses and actually cross the border. And so I will see you guys from Chetumal. I'm going to see if I can hunt down a quick bite to eat here at the ADO Bacalar. See maybe if they have at least someone selling tamales or something like that, so I can get some num num num. Hungry road monster today. Alright guys, we're just going through the very small town of Shulha, and I noticed they have multiple barbacoa spots al estilo Hidalgo, and that has added to my hunger substantially. Those of you who've been with the channel for a while know that I have actually been to Hidalgo, and I absolutely love barbacoa, so getting hungrier and hungrier by the minute. But I think we're only about 25 minutes away from Chetumal. Let me check the time here and how we're doing. We are 4 hours and 40 minutes into the trip to get down here to Shulha. So I'll check in with you guys in Chetumal and see if we can find some barbacoa over there. I'm not sure how long we have between buses, but that's why I'm making this video. I really didn't know what to expect. This is my first time taking the bus to Belize, and a lot of my friends were asking questions like, how long does it take to get there? Do you have to transfer buses? Do you stop along the way? So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna bring you guys this video. But anyway guys, Shulha, I'll put up on the map where we are right now, and we'll be in Chetumal momentarily. See you guys over there. Lots of tacos de borrego, sheep, chivo, goat, but none for me. Pantheon Cemetery back there. Empanadas. Alright guys, and I think we're pulling up on a security checkpoint here. Secretario de Seguridad Ciudadana. They might check our passports or something like that. I'll keep you guys posted here in a moment. Looks like we're being waved through. Okay. Something to be aware of if you're driving down to Chetumal and even into Belize, you'll have to go through these type of armed checkpoints. So just a little bit of a weird moment there, always a little bit of tension. But it's kind of the norm here to go through checkpoints like this, so it's not a vibey part of the trip. But I gotta share it with you guys just so you know what to expect. Alright, and that concludes the safety check there. On the road again, let's go. Alright guys, so right at the 5-hour mark here, pulling into Chetumal right now. And there is the Train Maya Chetumal station right there. Looks pretty nice. So some of the government buildings and the Train Maya station there as you come into town. It seems like we're making pretty good time. Let's see how quick this bus transfer is. I'll keep you all posted on that. But 5 hours on the dot to Chetumal seems pretty reasonable. Alright guys, they do actually have a subway here at this ADO station in Chetumal, but we only have a 10-minute layover, and it's actually the same bus. They just changed drivers, so you don't even need to get off the bus. I'm going to keep fasting. I just got another mineral water, but I guess that is an option if you want to grab a quick sub. I'm not a huge fan of Subway. No way I'm breaking my fast for that. I'm waiting for some authentic, good food in Belize City. Let's get back on the bus before they leave without us. Here we are. Bus is still here. Good news. Just enough time to hit the convenience store. Driver station. Gracias, jefe. Que le vaya bien. So we got a new driver. Let's see how this guy does and see how the border crossing is into Belize. I'm just gonna keep fasting, I guess.
Yo lo tengo escrito, nomás.
Solo 8.60
Ándale.
para cruzar la frontera.
Ajá,
son impuestos.
Les paso tips porque pues hay veces cuando no les ya no pueden pasar.
Vale.
Y pues no tienen dinero ya. Entonces aquí hay.
Okay, excelente. Guys, important information. When you cross into Belize and leave Mexico, you have to pay 860 pesos, and it's cash only, so make sure to bring some cash. There is an ATM. This information is worth gold. There's an ATM here at the Chetumal ADO. I think I have just enough cash on me. I didn't really pull out enough cash before leaving. I didn't have time. But I'm gonna go see how this ATM is and see how bad the fees are, just to let you guys know. But now you know, guys, always bring cash on these trips. 860 seems a little high just as an exit tax to leave Mexico, but that's the way it is. So guys, it is just a normal Santander ATM with that normal Santander fee. I have enough cash on me. I'm not gonna risk. I don't like putting my card in horizontally and having risking the machine eating the card. I only like the ones that go in straight. So I'm actually just gonna pull out cash when I get to Belize City, and I'll let you know how that process is when we get there. But I'm just gonna hop on the bus. I've got the 860 on me, so I'm good. Guys, when you are at the Chetumal ADO station, your next stop will of course be the border, so you will be issued a welcome to Belize arrival record, which takes about 5 to 10 minutes to fill out. You will want to make sure you bring a pen or two so that you can get a jump start and fill this out with the accurate information. They will ask you things like your name, your passport info, how many nights you want to stay, and where you're going to be staying. So you'll want to have a good idea of where your hotel is or where you're staying, or at least have an address to put down. And they'll ask you about your nationality, purpose of your visit, special interests, pretty typical stuff when you go into another country. But now you know, guys, this is when you'll be issued this paper, is when you're at the bus station in Chetumal. Just be prepared to fill it out and have a pen, because they're not going to provide a pen for you. Alright guys, just about 6 hours into the trip and I'm starving. The only reasonable food option so far was Subway, and I'm not the biggest fan. But we are underway again, and the next stop should be the border crossing. And we're right just under 6 hours into the trip. So it's shaping up to potentially be around a 9-hour trip, but stick around, we don't know yet. And then I'll show you my lodging, of course, and take a little walk around Belize City and find something to eat for the bonus material, for those of you who want to stick around for that. Kind of gloomy weather. I'm actually wearing jeans and a shirt. Some people are even wearing like beanies and a hat, or beanies and a jacket. I don't know if I would go that far, but yeah guys, I'm fading out. I need protein, I need some calories. It seems, I was joking with the guy at the station, it seems like anytime you're not hungry, you've just eaten, there's a little abuelita selling tamales or somebody selling something, and then the moment you're actually hungry, there's no vendors at all. I think last time I took the bus down to Bacalar, there was vendors on the bus a couple different times selling food, but not today. So as we look on at the Chedraui here in Chetumal, I just saw something I've never seen before. It was called Auto Chela, and it's a drive-through beer store with like a little U-shape, a little entrance. You drive through, order what you want, get your beer, and drive out. Auto Chela. Look for that when you come to Chetumal. Put that on your list. Otherwise, it kind of almost feels like we're just in a suburb of the US here. We got McDonald's, we got Office Depot, over there. So nothing to see here. Let's get to Belize. So as it begins to rain here, the driver did make one more stop for any last minute ATM needs to get this cash for the exit fee for Mexico. So guys, I've got mine right here. I've got 900 pesos cash, but they do allow you to hit the Santander ATM there, and then I guess there's an ATM here, and they allow one last 5-minute stop here in case you need to pull out cash, but they do not accept card for the exit fee. It's cash only. You've been warned. And this weather is not shaping up to be for snorkeling necessarily. We'll see if it clears up tomorrow. Guys, it is absolutely dumping rain, and this is why I always travel with a dry bag. I've got this 30-liter dry bag that was a gift from a subscriber actually, and you'd be surprised how much you can fit in a 30-liter dry bag. And if you're traveling with a computer, camera gear, and of course important documents and things like that, you do not want that stuff getting soaked, and it is an absolute mess out there. So my recommendation, always travel with a dry bag and leave a little extra room in it. Don't pack it to the brim. That way if you have any snacks or groceries, or if you have another bag like this, you can fit it inside of the dry bag, keep everything in there. Otherwise, maybe when you're in these types of countries, bring a like if you're a backpacker, bring a backpack cover or a luggage cover, because it will just dump rain like this out of nowhere. Alright guys, everybody has to get off the bus now. We're almost to the border. This is where we get our stamp and pay our exit tax from Mexico. So let's do this. There's the bus back there, waiting under this little tent. Gotta go in there and do the passport stamp and pay. Alright guys, this has actually been kind of a long process. We've been here about 25 minutes. I just finally got to pay my 860 pesos, state how long I was going to be there in Belize, and whether or not I was going to return to Mexico. And so mine was pretty quick, pretty straightforward, but there's a lot of people from a lot of different countries, so it's taking a little bit longer, I've noticed, for the Germans and some of the people from Europe and other parts of the world who are just kind of passing through. So keep that in mind, guys. You think you're going along and moving really well, but you will have at least probably half an hour, 45 minutes here just passing through and getting your passport stamp. With that stamp, that's your entry and exit stamp. At least for me, that's what they did. So just sharing the experience. And a lot of the people who commute on the little chicken buses just basically go right in, right out. But for when you're on the ADO, it's a little bit of a different process for sure. All right, guys, that was the exiting Mexico part. Now we have to go through immigration and customs, and then leave our paperwork with the immigration here at the border. So all foreigners have to get out. So probably more lines and a little more time. We're coming up on 7 hours total. It is now 2:30, so definitely shaping up to be a long day. Not as easy breezy as just going to the Cancun airport and flying to Medellin or Bogota. All right, guys, at this point you have to take all your luggage off the bus, take it into immigration and customs. Lucky for me, I travel light, so I'm going to be one of the first ones in there, and I can get back on the bus and just chill, take a nap. I only have the dry bag and the trusty Osprey daylight, so let's get through this, see how long this takes. All right, here comes the bus again. The bus had to also go through customs, immigration, so now I think we get to reboard the bus and get out of here. Kind of a long process, guys. I would almost rather just deal, if it was me, if I had to make border runs still, I would rather just probably hop on a flight at this point. I can, spoiler alert, guys, you don't have to wait till the end. unless you want to see my lodging or bonus material. I really truly think if you have to make a border run and you live in Playa del Carmen, probably just hop a flight to Colombia. If you're on a tourist visa and your 6 months are running out, your 180 days, just probably go. You agree, right? Medellin, Bogota. Yeah. I always kind of wondered what the part just across the border from Chetumal looked like. So I just will film a little bit from time to time on the way down to Belize City. I'm getting really tired, guys. I might take another nap, but I just wanted to film a little bit for you all so you can get an idea. See the world through my eyes for a little bit. Also, guys, on a side note, these charging ports actually do work on this bus. Sometimes they don't work, but you are able to, there's actually 2 ports there, so you can charge, like in my case, I can charge my camera and my phone at the same time, which is great. Yeah, this is where we're at right now. Let me check the map and see exactly where we are so I can put up on Google Maps. Hey, what's up? So yeah, guys, I was just speaking with someone else here on the bus, and she had quite the story. We'll talk about that later on. But yeah, we were just in Corazon, where I was filming in the last scene, and now we're coming up on Calcutta right now. So we get a nice tour through the countryside of Belize. Some very well-kept gardens, some diamonds in the rough. Some folks just really maintain their gardens and their yards here and seem to take a lot of pride. Yeah, guys, it might be time for round 2 on the ADO bus nap. I need my sleep and then I need some food. And I was just speaking with a really lovely local person who said she missed her Belizean food when she was in Mexico. I asked her what her favorite dish is, and she said rice and beans with baked chicken. And I also see a lot of sugar cane, caña. That's one of my favorite snacks. You can't always get it in Playa, but I'm definitely going to try to get some caña or sugar cane to get hydrated. I'm going to try to find a big plate of rice, beans, and baked chicken first thing when I get off the bus. My check-in time is at 4 o'clock, and I thought I would have some time to kill, but it's looking like we're not going to get there until about then. But I think I'll still prioritize the food and then go check in and show you the accommodations at the very end of the video and the prices, and compare the price of the hotel here versus some of the accommodations I was looking at in Bogota. I was thinking about a quick trip to Bogota, but I did this one instead. And so hopefully we can have some fun. I'm pretty sure we're going to have fun no matter where we go. That's the beauty of just going with the flow when you travel. But you can tell all I can think about right now is food, guys. So San Joaquin Village, this is a historic community founded in 1858. I thought I would show just a little bit of this. And I'm pretty sure this place has been hit by some hurricanes over the years. And so I doubt a lot of the original structures are still standing. Some of these places are just barely hanging on. You can see back there, there was a foundation that reminded me of some of the places in Key West, Florida, and New Orleans as well, where the places are built up either on cinder blocks or wooden beams, but they're not pressure treated, so they tend to fall apart. And so you're seeing a lot of places in disrepair here. Alright guys, we just crossed the river. We are finally in Belize City, and we are talking about a 9-hour journey, guys. It is just about 4:40. We left at 7:40. In 5 minutes we'll hit the 9-hour mark. So I'll give you my summary on all of this. When I get to the hotel, I'll show you guys my accommodations, let you know what I'm paying there, and then we'll break it all down for you guys. Hopefully you've enjoyed the content to this point. It already feels dark at only 4:40, but wow, there's just tons of standing water. What a stormy day it's been. It's been a tough travel day, honestly. But hopefully you guys have found some value in this, and I'll break it all down when we get comfortably and safely into the hotel. And then I gotta go hunt down some food for the bonus material, so I'll share that with you as well. Thank you guys for being here still. Belize City, ladies and gentlemen. Guys, we're here in Belize and it is dumping rain, and this is why you follow my tip on bringing a dry bag and then leave room in there for your other stuff, your other bag, your phone. I'm gonna try to get a taxi over to the hotel where I'm staying and bring you along for that. First things first though, I'm gonna store everything I've got inside my dry bag. You can see just getting off the bus, guys. Just getting off the bus from there to right here, I'm already soaked. So I'm gonna have a taxi take me over there. But guys, by all, no matter what, bring a dry bag at least for your mission critical stuff. All right guys, I'm in a taxi right now in a minivan, 10 Belizean dollars. I changed just 600 Mexican pesos there. Got 50 Belizean dollars going to the hotel in the taxi for 10 Belizean. We'll see how long that takes. But I'll see you guys at the hotel. Alright guys, so I have finally made it to my lodging. I'll share with you the lodging. I'm here at the Ramada by Wyndham with the Princess Casino. I'm not really much of a gambler, but there is a poker room and a casino right here in the hotel. Right there. So this is the digs. I'll show you the room. I actually grabbed an ocean view room here at the Ramada. Now this doesn't get the highest ratings on booking.com. It's actually pretty low at like a 6.5, but the location is right where I needed it, right where I wanted it. And let's hop in the elevator and see what I got. Share with you guys the price here in a minute. So I want to make this argument very clear. Like, what we're asking is, if you live in Playa del Carmen, is this the most logical, affordable, easy visa run? And I think it kind of fails on all levels. I actually paid $296 for 4 nights here at this hotel, and I'll put up on the screen a couple times throughout the next couple of minutes of what that would get you. What you can get in, say, Bogota or Medellin for that. It's not even close. And as far as the hassle and the time, it was a full 9 hours actually plus by the time I got here from Playa del Carmen. And so 9 hours is a long journey. Think about where you could fly, where you could go in 9 hours. It just seems like, well, Belize is so close, it should be the most logical option. But if you're going to Mexico and you're going to be on a tourist visa and you're planning on just making a quick border run and then returning to Mexico, I think that Belize is tempting, but probably not the way to go. I'll show you the room here, guys. I did get a pretty decent room. I'm not a huge fan of the lighting and everything, but it's fine. You know, it's a good room. But I'm telling you right now, like in Medellin or Colombia, anywhere like Bogota, you're gonna get, so we do have the ocean view. I'll show you guys maybe in the next video, I'll show you the view from here. Nice big oversized chair, a nice desk. I certainly can't complain. What's up, guys? But you can get, you know, an entire apartment in a bougie neighborhood for a week for about what I paid for this for 4 days. But yeah, I mean, it's got decent bathrooms, got a little bathtub. Certainly nothing to complain about. But guys, I'm gonna take you to go get some food. It's well after 5 p.m. and I still haven't eaten today. I haven't lost my good spirits, but I am hungry. So that'll be. Guys, listen to the birds. They're going bonkers. It's nighttime and the birds are on one. I did not expect that. I could actually hear that. All the way from up in my hotel room. Also, one thing I didn't expect, guys, this is my first time in Belize City, and I did not expect so many casinos everywhere. It's just not something I'm used to seeing. This restaurant, guys, I'm here at Rosa Miriam's Pupuseria, and wow, I told her I had not eaten all day today, and she might have overdone it. She gave me a pupusa and then served me this massive plate of rice, beans, and chicken as well. Yeah, looks good, huh? And guys, everyone kept guiding me to like fancy restaurants. I was like, look, I want some traditional Belizean food. And I kept going to one place and another. I went over there. Those restaurants look nice, but they don't have this. So I kept asking for Belizean food. This is where I ended up. I'll put up on Google Maps, of course, where I am. Time to get that first bite, magic. And she is from El Salvador, so she knows how to make a good pupusa. And her salsa, yeah, I tried it on the pupusa. It's a spicy habanero. First bite magic, rice, beans, chicken here at the pupuseria of choice here in Belize. Oh yeah, fire. Alright guys, one last order of business. Anytime I'm in a new place, I have to show you guys the internet speeds and will I be able to upload videos for you guys while I'm in Belize? Drum roll. And yeah, it's looking like yes. We got upload speeds 55 right there, as you can see. So it's only 7 o'clock. I'm ready for bed, but if I go to bed now, then I'll wake up at like 3 in the morning ready to go with nothing to do. So I'll sit here and edit for a while. See you guys later on. Thanks again for stopping in. Rope Monster out.